Hello, 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 boys and girls and everybody else. Welcome to tonight's accent trigger video. If you guys have watched this channel before, you'll know that I love doing different accents. Now, accents are actually really important for ASMR. You'll find that you're probably more likely to experience ASMR from a particular style of voice. So that might be female, male, a certain tone, whether that's deep or high, and also the accent, whether that's Scottish like me, or English like Creative Cam, or American like GB. There's loads of different accents out there, and I'm sure you'll find something that makes you tingle more. So what this video is today is a little sample for you. So I'm going to do accents in ASMR, soft-spoken, just a little bit of fun, a little snippet. And I want you guys to see what accent you tingle to, okay? Now I want you to let me know in the comments which accent you tingled to, and perhaps you'll learn more about your ASMR tastes. Of course, I'm open to critiques as well. My accents are not going to be perfect, but I'm going to try. So, I think we ought to get started. What do you think? Okay, let's move on to our first accent. The first accent we're going to do is, of course, we're going to go for like a really sort of Glaswegian accent. So, we can go like proper Glaswegian, you know, we can roll our R's and we can talk a lot of slang, right? Like, how are you? What you doing? What you doing? Go to sleep. Go and hold your wisht. Shut your mouth. Close your eyes. It's time to go to sleep. There's a lot, like in the Glaswegian accent, there's like a lot of slang, there's a lot of like, we sort of miss out like pronunciation a little bit. It's a little bit rough and ready sometimes, I think. Depends where you go in Glasgow. But you might find this sort of accent like proper tingly. And as you go in different areas in Glasgow, like this is generalising, there's different areas in Glasgow that obviously have like pure like different like accents and that sound slightly different, but in general sort of a Glaswegian accent is a bit more like this. My granny and grandpas used to kind of speak a wee bit more like this, you know. They would say, you know, aye, you know, and they kind of roll their R's a little bit. So I find this accent like can be quite soothing because that's how my granny and grandpa used to speak. But and we talk really fast in Glasgow as well. We love our accents in Glasgow, you know. Talk really fast. Stereotypical bits are, you know, we love to drink rye and brew and eat our deep fried Mars bars. I actually don't think I've ever had deep fried Mars bar, to be honest. But the Glaswegian accent, I think, maybe it'll make you feel tingly. So tingly. One of my favourite accents to do is like a Birmingham accent from Birmingham. Now, I learned how to do a Birmingham accent from my days when I was working in clinical research, and one of my colleagues, she was from Birmingham, and she spoke like this, and I think it's such a funny accent. Some people say it's a bit more like Black Country. It kind of reminds me of like Jodie Maria ASMR. She tends to speak a little bit more with this sort of Black Country accent, so I've been able to pick up a little bit more from her, but I find it like really soothing. I think it's just, you know, really nice, just calm, relaxing. So go to sleep, close your eyes, rest your soul. It's time for you to go to sleep. Shh. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, little egg. Night night. Now we move on to my favourite accent, the Northern Irish accent. It is by far my favourite. I've loved it for a long, long time. And even more so when I watched Peaky Blinders and Grace spoke with this really soft Northern Irish accent that makes you just wanna snuggle up and close your eyes and fall asleep. I love both the Irish and the Northern Irish accent, but I find the Northern Irish accent tends to be a little bit more sing-song, a little bit more calm, which makes it great for ASMR. Great for ASMR. There's not many Northern Irish content creators. In fact, I can't name any off the top of my head, but I have been sent some before, so there are some, I'm sure. But yeah, I would listen to this accent all day long. They say just so that I please the Northern Irish, they like to say phrases like dead on. That's dead on. So if you want to perfect your Northern Irish accent, just learn that phrase, dead on, and go to sleep. We're moving on to probably my favorite place in the United States, and that is Colorado. I love Colorado. I have been many a times. I love to head up to the mountains and ski, see all the nature trails, the water, just get that mountain clean air. It's just, there's something so relaxing about Colorado. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the American accent is a little bit more, it's toned down. It's not so exaggerated compared to some of the other states. Yeah, it's a little bit more just chill. That totally fits the Colorado lifestyle. And I think it's like really great for ASMR as well. There is a ASMR artist in Colorado. I think it is Gracie K. I think her name is, and I think she is more like Colorado Springs. I feel like I maybe got that wrong. Whereas I love Denver and Vail and Boulder. Oh my god, I love Boulder. Just anywhere close to the mountains is just for me. We're gonna go back to a Scotland accent, and we're gonna do a bit more of a Midlothian accent. So the Midlothian or Edinburgh accent is a lot softer than what you heard previously for the West Coast kind of Glaswegian accent, so it's a little bit posher over in Edinburgh. There's a variety of accents. If you kind of go more north of Edinburgh, it's a lot more like a. They like to say a lot. The same if you're kind of, to the west of Edinburgh as well, more kind of Stirling, Falkirk way. You can definitely hear the accent changing. And then you've got more of your posh Edinburgh accent that can sound a little bit mixed with English at times. They have a bit of a rounder way in their mouth, the way that they're speaking. I've heard somebody describe it as almost like having a little bit of an egg in your mouth to round the sounds compared to the Glaswegian accent. But I do think the Edinburgh Midlothian accent is soft, it's gentle. I think it's probably tingly to your ears. But you guys need to tell me that below. So if I put it to action, go to sleep. It's time for you to go to sleep. Close your eyes. That's it. Close your eyes and you'll go to sleep. Now, a really popular accent within the ASMR community is this sort of Southern English accent. So we're talking more Southampton, more kind of Bournemouth area. It can even be sort of some areas of London, North London, the likes of Cambridge. There's a large area of that kind of Southern England that do speak with this kind of generalised accent, and I'm sure you will find this familiar. I can think of many creators that have this accent, such as Creative Calm, Whispers Red, Whisper Audios, Lottie Loves ASMR, and more. I think it's very soothing. I find it really easy to do because I lived for 8 years in Cambridge, so at one point of my life I did have this sort of accent. My mum and dad often show me baby videos and I speak like this when I'm a young child, which is obviously very entertaining for me and my brothers and sisters. So I do find it easier to shift back into some of the English accents. It's also very soft and calming. Just remembered a male would be like Fred's voice. His is probably the male equivalent of this kind of accent. So it's very soft. As Sophie Michelle, she has a little bit of Mancunian in there, but she does have this kind of soft, generalised English accent as well. And Be Brave, Be You, her normal accent is slightly different, but the accent she does on her videos for ASMR tends to be this sort of accent as well. Lots of content creators for you to check out if you enjoy this sort of, I like to call it English Rose accent. So go to sleep or tingle with the English Rose accent. Why are you not sleeping? You should be asleep. Yeah. Sleep. I like to do the German accent. I think the accent is so good. It is harsh, so it is staccato, and that is sehr tingly in your ears. You keep it like this, and it is staccato. But I think it is very good. So some German creators are ASMR Zeitgeist, ja, und Fast ASMR. Sie ist sehr gut und schön ist. I think, what else can I say to you other than you must go to sleep. Close your eyes. Like that. Yeah. Close your eyes. I want you to close your eyes. For me, yeah. Down. Ich liebe dich. Ich liebe dich. Close your eyes. 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 Hello. Aren't you wonderful? Oh, you're so beautiful and so kind. And I really want to talk to you about your sleep and help you get a better night's sleep. You see, the Canadian accent is always so calm and kind. And my favorite Canadian creator is ALB in Whisperland. She loves the color pink, and she has a really soft accent for ASMR. It works really, really well. So just close your eyes, think about wonderful dreams, and you'll be sleeping in no time. We're going to go more to the islands and the Highlands of Scotland. This is our third accent in Scotland, and as you can hear, it's very different to what you've heard in the Glaswegian accent and also to the Edinburgh accent, the Highland and the Island sort of accent, especially up, north, more to the west, northwest islands. It's a lot more sing-song. They speak a lot more to the front of their mouth, and the way that they hold their jaw is very different. And a lot of them can speak Gaelic, and that can change the way that they pronounce their words, their accent in Scottish. There's a couple of news journalists that are from the Highlands and Islands, and I love listening to them speaking because it's so interesting the way that they pronounce their words. I think it would make a very good sort of accent for ASMR. I don't know of any island and kind of island sort of accents, but my dear friend ASMR Shortbread, she has more of a northern accent, but it's more kind of towards like Dundee 5, that sort of area. Her accent is more, but it's more pronounced than mine. So if you're looking for a lot more of this well pronounced Scottish accent, then I highly recommend that you look and listen to her channel. But I think this would make a very tingly accent. I could almost read you a bedtime story. It feels like I'm in Balamory, What's the story in Balamory? Wouldn't you like to know? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, that is a TV show for children that's on in the UK, and it is set in Balamory, a town in Scotland, and they have a little bit more of an accent as well. I do feel a little bit more like an older woman speaking like this. I don't know why. Maybe it's because a lot of the people that I do know that have this accent are older. But I do love it. It's very, I don't know. I think it's quite tingly. So, in Highland and Island accent, it's time to go to sleep. Close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes, and just the Geordie accent, or the Newcastle accent. Newcastle accent, Newcastle accent. The Newcastle accent is a northern accent, and they don't speak slow. No, they speak fast. It's hard to understand sometimes. But a big but, I love the Geordie accent. It's got a bit of sing-song, to it. So I think that it'll help you sleep. So go to sleep. 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 Close your eyes and go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Now we're going to speed things up here because we're going to move on to the Irish accent. I love the Irish accent just as much as I love the Northern Irish accent. The Irish accent is a little bit more harsh, so they talk a lot more to the front of their mouths, and the way that they pronounce things is a lot more like the teeth are together. Teeth are together. You see, because there's that more of that talking, pronouncing the sounds to the front of the mouth. So I really got into the Irish accent when I used to go over to Dublin a lot, and I used to love to listen to it. Oh, it's so good. And I also listened to a podcast that is like Vogue and Joanne McNally, and they are just Irish accents, and they just fire up each other, and it's really interesting, and it's funny, and I think the Irish accent just makes everything a lot more funny. No offense, it's just good. It's good to listen to. So I think it is a very good accent for ASMR, but I don't know any Irish ASMR artists, but I think it'd be good for ASMR. So close your eyes. Close those eyes of yours. Close your eyes and go to sleep. Go to sleep. Close your eyes. 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 There's 3 things to say to you today, and that is 1, to close your eyes, 2, go to sleep, and 3, give this video a thumbs up. Of course, we've got to add in a little bit more of a exaggerated Californian accent. So a lot of people describe this as being like Valley Girl accent. And while it is, it's not just from the likes of their Kardashians or anything like that. No, so I've been watching and following quite a few people from California, and they all kind of have this sort of exaggerated accent. So I was a little surprised, I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna do it today. Now, I do think that the Valley Girl Californian accent is a really good one for ASMR. The reason being is there's a lot of ASMR role plays that are centered around the Valley Girl kind of accent and attitude. So I can only conclude that this accent is for sure a really good one for the ASMR community. I mean, it's super easy to do because we've heard it a lot. You'll have heard it in movies. Just think back to Mean Girls, and they all speak with a really Valley Girl accent. Mine sort of kind of improves the more that I get into character. It can be really hard switching between accents sometimes, but I do totally love it. I totally love what you're wearing. As it is a Wednesday, we for sure need to make sure we're wearing pink. And yeah, I think you should totally go to sleep. You should definitely think about chilling think that would be like a really great idea. So we're going to do the French accent. I love the French accent. J'adore. I think it is very sensual. Or maybe that is just my voice with the French accent. I feel like you can be very low and relaxing. There is some very good content creators for ASMR with a French accent, such as the French Whisperer and Moonlight Cottage. I think it's Moonlight Cottage. Yes. And this accent just it's beautiful. It's very good. Very good. They can say to you, go to sleep. Will you go to sleep? Go to sleep. I was in Paris in April, and I just love listening to the French speak English to me because I can understand and I love the accent. I apologize if I offend any French people with the accent. And my French is not so good. I can say bonjour. Je m'appelle Laurent. J'habite à Écosse. Comme ci, comme ça. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? J'adore fromage. I like my cheese very much. But other than that, I cannot remember much of my French. I only learned up to I was age 14 and then I switched to German. So, but I do think that the French accent is for ASMR. Right. G'day, mate. I think you would go to sleep. Yeah. I think you should go to sleep. Mate. Grab a bottle of water and go to sleep. Yeah, mate. Mate. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. That's right. Go to sleep. Yeah, mate. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Close your eyes and go to sleep with your bottle of water. Mate. Go to sleep. We're now going to do the Aberdeen accent from Aberdeen. Now, this accent is our 4th accent in Scotland. In the Aberdeen accent, they speak with their mouths a bit louder. So this is not the Doric accent. So Doric is something that is a kind of slang language that they use up in that area that's kind of more native to that kind of part of north eastern Scotland. But we're not doing that. We're doing more of the Aberdeen accent, the standard, which they widen their mouths a bit more. Like, so if you want to do this accent, you really need to speak more to the back of your mouth and almost like lift the roof of the back of your mouth up a little bit more. So they say that it's because of the wind that comes off of the east coast from the sea is why Aberdonians tend to speak with this more. It's like a kind of stronger, harsher, rounder Scottish accent than some other places in Scotland. So I do think that this could be a good accent for ASMR, but I don't know channel, then for sure there's a niche, there's a gap in the market for an Aberdonian speaker. But I hope that you guys are able to hear the difference again in this accent as opposed to the other 3 accents that I have done from other places in Scotland. Right, mate, now you need to go to sleep. Yeah, that's right, I told you. You need to go to sleep. We're going to do a bit more of the London accent now, like, you know, kind of like East London, that sort of thing, like London town, you know, a bit more, not quite like Essex, we'll do that in a minute, but like, that sort of like proper, you know, like prof, mate, that sort of, you know, EastEnders accent, the kind of like harsh London accent that you can sometimes hear when you're like out and about in London, and you like hear this accent, and you're like, what's that? And that's like just like a London accent. So, there's like one kind of Londoner that I think has got the accent, that's like an ASMR artist, Sausage Sounds ASMR. He has a bit more of like a London accent, or like Tippy Tappy ASMR. There's a few other ones in it that have got that accent that's a bit more like London. Maybe not Tippy so much, maybe I'm getting that wrong, but I think he does, he kind of speaks a little bit sometimes when you meet him out, he's like a bit more like London. It's a little bit harsher, you know, it can be a little bit fast, but yeah, there is people that do it for ASMR. You might find this, like, maybe you listen to EastEnders growing up and you're like, this is great, you know, like, London makes you feel like homely. I don't know, mate. I don't know. But that's what we're going to do. This is the London accent. So I'm not breathing in your ears too much. Brother. Now, go to sleep. Close your eyes and go to sleep. Well, hello there, sugar pie. Oh, how are you today? Oh, that's really great. I'm sort of doing a bit more of like maybe like more of like an Alabama sort of accent. Something that's a little bit more sing-song. Used to hear this sort of like old kind of southern accent in and around those kind of movies from back in the day. But even now, like, you sort of hear a little bit more of this sing-song. I hope that this is more of the Alabama. That's what I'm trying to go for, and I feel like it is very cheery. It is an accent that it is, oh, I think it brings a smile to your face, sugar pie. Oh, it brings a smile to mine, especially when I hear it. I'm like, oh honey, this sounds so good. So my darling, I think you ought to close your eyes. I think you ought to settle on in, get all cuddled up and all, and I'll just, you know, help you go to sleep. I think it's time for you to just relax and close your eyes. Close your eyes. My little sugar plum. My little sugar pie. My honey pie. That's it. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and just that is it. Go to sleep. So we're going to do the South African accent, which is a little bit more flat. It is like the New Zealand accent, but more flat than New Zealand. I haven't done this accent in a while, so a little bit rusty. But yes, I love the South African accent, and I think that it is time for you to go to sleep. I think that you should close your eyes and go to sleep. And go to sleep and dream of the lions in South Africa. The lions, the zebra, the gorillas, the rhinos. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Go to sleep. Alright, we're gonna do like the Essex accent now. So, the Essex is a little bit like the London accent, but it's way more pronounced. So this accent was made a bit more like well known with The Only Way is Essex, and a lot of the Essex girls, they became like really big like reality TV stars like Gemma Collins, Sam Bears, Billy Bears, like all these people. So this accent is like really associated with them, and I don't know, it's just like people take the piss a little bit with the accent, with this sort of thing. Like it maybe reminds you of the accent a little bit, like if you remember Love Actually, and the what's she called? Like the lady who was like the Prime Minister's like assistant, like Hugh Grant's assistant, and then he falls in love with her. Like she had a little bit more of like an Essex accent. So that's how I would describe it. So maybe you would like the Essex accent till we go to sleep, like to close your eyes and like, just imagine this accent like making you all tingly, making you feel like, oh, feels so good, gonna go to sleep. Maybe. So, close your eyes and go to sleep. Now, for our last accent, we're gonna do a little bit of like a sort of southern. It's not quite like the same as like Alabama. It's a bit more, like Texan. Some people would dub it a little bit like, I don't know, a redneck, that sort of accent. We're really thinking like the Ozarks, like Darlene or Ruth, that sort of really drawled out accent. I don't know what you would call this. Do you call it a redneck, or is it got like a state name, like kind of Texan, that sort of accent, So if you like a little bit of southern, she's not as like crazy as this, but southern sounds ASMR has got a southern accent. I think her accent is brilliant. I love listening to her. So she's the closest like I can think of to do this sort of southern accent. But I think it could work for ASMR. Like I think it's like totally different, and if you like this sort of drawl like words, then I think that you would like her channel. So does it give you the tingles? Is this like best to last, Do you like it? Do you not like it? What's your vibe? Let me know. Go to sleep. I think that you should go to sleep. Put your head on that pillow and go to sleep. And that's us back to normal accent. That was 20 accents that we did today. I wasn't sure how many we'd do, but we've done 20. I kind of mixed through the world. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Please do let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below if you're not already asleep. I want to know what accents you find like the tingliest, or what accents you find the least tingliest. Any accents that I didn't include that you normally find tingly, I want to know. Let me know. Okay. It was so lovely to see you. If you want to see